What's up?
The Holistic Cannabis Show.
We're
Yeah,
here.
we're doing it one more time. We're doing it one more time. And even though the coronavirus that took over Atlanta, man,
Took
the
over.
coronavirus that took over everywhere.
It done took over. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're watching.
Yeah,
Cause
me too. I'm glad. Hey, this is a good thing to watch though. You at home,
Yeah.
you ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
You might as well put on the Holistic Cannabis Show.
There you go.
With you.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So again, we're excited that you all have joined us. We'd like to let you know what outlets to view the show. I am your host, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and
Ian Henderson.
Ian Henderson.
And this is what I want y'all to do. You sit in front of your computer, you sit in front of your laptop, you sit in front of your iPad, your MacBook, your cell phone, whatever you're sitting on. Go to statusnetwork.net. Right? Download that app. Right? Look for Status Network. Right? Just download the whole app and you're going to find us on there, the Holistic Cannabis Show. Go to your Play Store, go to your iPhone deal, get that. Get that.
Right.
All right, you sit by your phone. You want to call us with your comment about how you making it with this coronavirus, how you dealing with this coronavirus, whether you'll be a business owner, whether you be a person out of work, whether your kids out of school. Call us. Let us know how you handling this here.
Yes.
All right, 470-251-4647. You're on Instagram already. Go look up manifesttv.net.status. You're on Facebook. Go to Status Network LLC. You're on Periscope. Go to Status _network _ you're on
It's
Twitter.
basically free money.
It's an
It's
easy
on
way to earn
Status
cash back
_
on the stuff
network
I'm already
_
buying.
Times
Amazon,
3%,
Fire Stick,
sometimes
and
it's
Roku.
8%,
Go
but you're
look
always
at us
getting
on
cash
Status
back.
Network,
So it's like getting free
Manifest
money.
TV.
Go to
You're on
Rakuten.com
YouTube.
and sign
Find
up
us
today
on
for a
Manifest
$10
TV.
bonus.
We there. We everywhere. Just like the coronavirus. We everywhere.
Everywhere. All right. Well, we have a wonderful episode talking about the one and only, the new,
The novel coronavirus.
yeah, the new coronavirus.
Because
Okay.
guess what? It's actually other strains.
Yes.
There were previous coronaviruses.
Yep.
All right.
That's
So
true.
when they say the novel coronavirus, that's what it's actually pronounced as. This new coronavirus.
That's it.
And it has a 19 behind it, so that means there was 18 other strains before that. All right. So,
It was
check this out.
created in 2019.
Check
That's
this
the
out.
other reason. That's the main reason why it has a 19 behind it, because it was created in 2019.
Check this out.
Created. You hear I said created now. Okay.
All right. Check this out. SARS. They said that's a coronavirus.
Yes, it's a
All right.
derivative
Now, check
of.
this out. We're gonna jump into some of these conspiracy theories now, because there's plenty of them out there. All right.
There you go.
Now, don't take what I say to be the truth. All right?
Yeah.
Go Google it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Always do your
I'm
own
not the preacher.
research. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go Google it for yourself.
Yeah.
Find it for yourself.
Yeah.
But those are some of the conspiracy theories out there. Somebody
Yeah.
said that there was 19 other strains before this one.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now, whether that's true or not, man, I don't
You
know.
don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. But you go find it
Right.
for yourself.
There you
All
go.
right? Go find it for yourself. Somebody said that the Chinese government made that. Then somebody else said that the Chinese government is saying that it was brought to them by American soldiers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Through the military.
Right.
I'm just saying.
There's
It's
so
all
many
out there.
conspiracies.
So many.
There's
Somebody
so
said that
many.
Donald Trump made it.
Somebody said
Well,
that
that's smart.
the Gates made it.
Somebody said Bill Gates or Melinda
Yeah.
Gates made
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot out there about the coronavirus and being put out there and everything. And right now up on the screen, come on up with that screen. Come on up with that screen a little bit more. All right. That right there.
It's
That
been
right
3.
there
Okay.
is directly from the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. All right, so we're gonna knock down some of some of these falsehoods.
Right.
All right.
Because we want the truth.
In January 2020, a novel coronavirus, SARS, CoV-2, was identified as the causative agent of an outbreak and viral pneumonia centered around Wuhan, Hubei, China. This disease is now called COVID-19. The virus has caused a widespread outbreak of disease similar to SARS throughout China, where exported cases occurring in 4 other continents, including the United States.
Yeah.
Now, the Center of Disease Control, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is the CDC, that's in Atlanta, by the way,
It is.
has developed a test to diagnose the COVID-19.
The COVID.
These tests would help facilitate preclinical studies and aid in the development of medical countermeasures.
Yep.
All right. Much of Naeed's work on COVID-19 is an expansion of his work in the Middle East respiratory syndrome, MERS. All right, so we done heard about that. And the severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS. We done heard about that too. MERS-CoV is a viral respiratory disease that was first reported in Saudi Arabia in 2012 and has since spread to more than 27 other countries according to the World Health Organization. Some people infected with MERS-CoV develop severe acute respiratory illness, including fever, cough, and shortness of breath. From its emergence, let me see here on the screen doing something kind of crazy, huh? From its emergence through December 2019, the World Health Organization has confirmed 2,499 MERS cases and 861 deaths, or about 1 in 3. Among all reported cases of people, about 80% have occurred in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Only 2 patients in the United States have tested positive for MERS-CoV. Both who recovered. They were healthcare providers who lived in Saudi Arabia, where they were infected before traveling to the United States.
Right.
Yeah. So, again, let's bust some bubbles.
Yeah.
It ain't 19 different strains. It ain't.
It ain't.
All right?
That's the myth.
And from what you just read about it, you know what I'm saying? These are viruses that we just seen on the news before.
Right.
All right. So again,
it's like a derivative of the MERS and the SARS.
So it's like
a different strain. Yeah. It's a mutation. Yeah.
Like
good.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You're
so. Hold on. Where my mask at? Okay, fine.
All right, check this out.
Because you're too close to me. Because according to the SARS, the World Health,
it's airborne.
It's airborne.
Don't breathe this way.
Yeah.
States reported cases of the COVID-19 to the CDC. Georgia, 101 to 500. Cases reported, 397. Community transmission, yes, it's widespread. But look at all them different colors on the map.
Yeah.
All right. There is your key to it right there. In New York, they got 5,000 or more. But New York is heavily populated. All right.
Yes.
And then you know what I'm saying?
They trying to close down New York.
Right. And then you got over there in the East Coast, that's Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The state of Washington. There's a lot of cannabis in Washington. That's California. California got 500 cases to 1,000 cases, and they talking about shelter in place in California. All right. We rode through downtown Atlanta last night.
Oh man.
I ain't never seen Atlanta ghost town like
never
that.
ever.
Absolutely ghost town. Do you hear me?
Yes.
I had the hardest time trying to find something to do.
Yeah, it was
the
pretty
hardest
bad.
time.
It was pretty bad.
So I'm sure we got some things and some suggestions that we're gonna talk about on the show. What people can do while they at the house. Yeah, I've been at the house all week. It was cool though. It was cool staying at the house. Didn't have to worry about that Atlanta traffic.
Nope.
Save money on my gas.
Yeah,
that was cool. So got a chance to spend some time with my kids and hang out with my kids, even though I'm still working from home and everything. It was hanging out with the wife all week. So that was cool. I guess there's some bright side to the situation.
It's gotta be. Get
a chance to kind of take it down a couple of notches a little bit and relax and enjoy your spouse, enjoy your family, do those things that's important. Because without it, we be on the go so much. We just be on the go. By staying at the house, it kind of slowed everything down.
It did. It did do that.
It did that.
Yeah. So why don't we take this quick commercial break and we talk about Atlanta going on our little leave because all of the schools were closed, and us working with the Clayton State University. They shut all the schools down. The classes were postponed for 2 weeks, so we're getting ready to start back up this coming up Saturday, online only. And we'll be able to teach class. If you're still interested, there's still time to sign up. So we'll take this quick break.
Hit the break.
Now enrolling for Saturday 5-week comprehensive medical cannabis courses. Call us today at 404-631-6360 for more information.
So hopefully y'all got that information there.
Yes.
And y'all able to go and check that out.
Yes.
All right. To try to dispel some of these rumors and theories behind this coronavirus.
And we already know to avoid close contact with people, stay in a distance of 6 feet or more. All right, avoid touching your nose, your eyes, and your mouth. Stay home when you're sick, okay? Except when you're going to get medical care. And then they're saying not to go into the hospitals because they don't want nobody to give nothing to nobody. Cover your cough and your sneezes with a tissue and then throw them away. Clean and disinfect frequently, touch objects and surfaces, and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Don't just run your hands through the water and then be done with it. Or use hand sanitizer. Of course, we're making our own nowadays. So also, if you don't have hand sanitizer, you can use some spray. I brought my spray and some napkins, and you can wipe your hands. All right, well, we have a caller. Okay, so let's take this call and see what's going on. Is this it?
Hear that.
All right, thanks for calling, caller. Your name and where you're calling from.
Susan, and from Arlington, Texas.
All right, Susan from Arlington, Texas. What do you have to tell us about the coronavirus and your concerns?
Well, I'm just concerned that I feel like it's airborne. Seems like anybody can get it, and just kind of feel like they should have said that maybe in the beginning. They probably would have got a more serious reaction from everybody if they had just said that it was airborne, or even that everybody had it, so nobody would panic from trying not to get it. So yeah, we're dealing with a situation. Well, I mean, my daughter, she was sick, and this past week, she was on Tuesday. She was running a high fever.
Okay.
And she said that she had sore throat. So since this started happening in the middle of the night, we had to wait for the doctor's office to open, and we called them and told them that she was having symptoms, and went to the doctor. They tested, because with high fever and sore throat, the first thing that they would think of is that it's strep. So they tested for the strep, and they said that she didn't have flu-like symptoms, so it wasn't the flu. So they just told us to come home and just quarantine, because with everything that's going on with the virus, it could be, but they wasn't sure, and they wasn't able to send us to go get tested because she wasn't she was, okay to them. It was a mild case. So they said since she didn't need a lot of medical attention, we wasn't at the ER, and they didn't refer us to the ER, of course, and that we need to stay away from everybody. So they just said to just go home. They said that there wasn't any tests available to test her, and they couldn't refer her to a drive-up facility because she wasn't showing, severe symptoms. So we have just been home, just waiting out the 14 days.
I don't like that.
How close are you to the 14 days?
This started on Tuesday, so this Tuesday will be a week. So I think the 31st is when we're, I guess, in the clear. Now, she was having sore throat. She was having fever. She's been fever-free for like the last 2 days. And yesterday, I guess her throat wasn't feeling as bad as it was. But now she's having like sinus. She feels like sinus pressure in her nose. And her eye, one of her eyes just kind of turned red. She said it's not itching, so as long as it's not itching, I don't think that it's the pink eye. So I just think that it's something, that she's still trying to fight off, I feel. But we've been giving her, just allergy medicine and vitamin C, like the emergency package to keep her vitamin C levels high.
So when it
comes every day.
So when it comes to the levels of, how they talk about how contagious this is anyone else in your residence feeling anything,
right,
like a sore throat or any other things that your daughter was feeling?
No, I wouldn't say so. Not anything that's been unusual. I mean, everybody wake up with a little, morning congestion, just those first few breaths when they wake up.
Right.
So it hasn't been anything unusual. But we've all been taking the emergency package just to keep, those levels high and just try to defend ourselves, from whatever it is. We have been keeping a distance from each other and making sure we've done these clean sweeps and wellness checks, just throughout the day, every day.
Right. So do you think that was fair that they did not give you a test for the coronavirus? I mean, with the fever, I don't care what it's like. I mean, even out of the 3,000 people or 300,000 people that they're so-called testing, and under half of that population has tested not positive for it, they should at least have tested her so that it could have potentially, if there is a case of it, save everyone in the household.
Well, see, part of the problem is they ain't got enough tests for everybody right now.
That's what it was.
They ain't got enough
They
tests.
said that she didn't classify in the group that was needing a test.
And who did they say classified? Who did they say classified?
Like, people that was having like severe symptoms, like maybe they couldn't breathe, they needed a ventilator, or they needed ER care or like emergency care. Were the ones that was, I guess, them and older people.
Okay.
So at that time, I mean, over the days of the week, the later days of the week, I mean, the information has kind of been updating daily to tell us that, you know, young people can get this virus. So, I mean, I've been keeping in contact with the doctor, and, you know, they're just advising me to just, you know, make sure she's comfortable, and if her situation worsens, to give them a call. So that's kind of where we are right now. I don't think that it was fair, you know, that, you know, she couldn't get tested. However, I mean, I do understand that, you know, how they prioritize, you know, who gets a test and who doesn't. I mean, I understand it. I mean, as long as my baby was sitting here just, you know, just suffering, because the way that it feels like, you know, she has a cold or she has a fever, you know.
Now, is she used to having a fever? I mean, have she had a fever before? I mean, is this something that's brand new?
Does she suffer from allergies?
They don't usually no type of underlying
right. So this is
so
what brought a red flag to me.
Yeah, the last time she was sick, she was that was like 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago.
Right.
Just because they, you know, I would say that they're pretty healthy and they're not really, you know, my babies don't get sick. So, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I mean, that's why it was such a surprise that it just kind of happened all of a sudden.
Right.
And it wasn't strep throat. So she has had strep throat in the past.
It wasn't, and they tested her.
Yeah, that was the last time she got sick. That was back in 4th grade. She's in 7th grade now.
And so this fever just kind of came up out of nowhere. So how old is she?
It was a high fever. It was 103.7.
Oh, no.
So,
yeah.
I'm not, in the record of my 3 kids, none of them have never had a fever that high.
Okay. All right. And so who tested her fever? Was it you or the doctor?
I checked her fever here. You know, she told me Monday night, because this started like Tuesday. So Monday night, you know, just doing the wellness check with the kids, I asked, how was everybody feeling? She said that she had like a little, you know, just like a little feeling in her throat. But, you know, it was nothing. I checked her temperature then. She did not have a fever. So then I just said, okay, well, let me just do something for your sore throat. And she had a sore throat. I mean, I gave her the medicine, and then she fell asleep a few hours later. It was in the middle of the night, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, when I just, you know, just woke up in the middle of the night and just kind of did a check on the house and got some water, and I checked on her, and I felt her in her sleep, and she was hot. She was burning up.
Wow.
And then she was kind of halfway awake when I walked in the room. She said her head was hurting, and she felt hot. So that's when I checked her fever, and it was that high. And, you know, I immediately was like, okay, you know, it's been a while since I treated one of my kids with fever. So I gave her the Tylenol, children's Tylenol, the chewables, because she's 12. And I waited about an hour. I checked her again. She was still hot. So I went on ahead and gave her ibuprofen. And that seemed like after ibuprofen, the fever started to go down.
Okay.
But I was constantly checking on her. And she, for the first, like, she just stopped running the fever, like, day before yesterday. On and on.
Wow. Well, I'll give some information about that. And you weren't able to get any herbs or any vitamins or anything?
Other than, I mean, what comes in the vitamin C package, because there's some other like vitamins and minerals in that,
Mhm.
other than just the vitamin
Right.
C.
Okay. So
yeah,
good. That's
just
good. You've been
thinking
trying
that.
to give her something. And what about fluid intake? Have you been replenishing her fluids? Any
Yeah,
Pedialyte?
water and Gatorade.
Okay.
She,
Good.
she's been eating soup and soft food.
And you said she was
Um,
12?
She's 12.
12 years old. Okay. And she's been out of school. She hasn't been around any other kids, because I'm trying to figure out who she could have been around to get her, exposed to something like this. Just basically other kids previously to her getting the fever.
They're good. I'm not really sure how we may have come in contact with, or just any of us. The only people that was leaving was me going to work and coming home.
Okay.
So I was thinking, like, I mean, if I brought it into the house, I'm not sure, but I haven't, been sick or feel sick. So, I mean, we're just kind of following what the doctor said and just trying to keep each other, be together.
Right.
But, take care of each other, being clean and,
Right.
just keeping a distance.
Yeah. I mean, this is something serious going on. This is like really a pandemic, and a lot of people didn't take it, like you said, didn't take it serious because they thought that it was, touchy, more touchy, but it's actually airborne. I mean, somebody sneeze, they don't cover their mouth, somebody cough, and they walk into those droplets, and then bam, they have it. So that's why it was important. They said don't wear the face mask, but I feel like the face masks were more important than, washing the hands more. They were both more of the same, but the face mask, you really, really need to have that on, so that no matter what, because there was people, they said, that were asymptomatic, meaning they didn't have symptoms, that was passing the virus along. So that's one of my biggest concerns. We'll be praying for your daughter. Hopefully everything is good and she doesn't have this virus. But if she does, we still don't know, and that's what I'm concerned about, that the hospitals are kind of dropping, not the hospitals, but the government itself is dropping the ball on their area, because they need to provide more tests. And then where they're getting it from, and there's rumors of third-party testing facilities where they're actually testing third-party, right. He has a joke, but you have to, these days, you kind of got to laugh and to keep from crying, because there's so much going on, and you don't know if it's you or if it's your child, and people dying. You hear every day you wake up, there's somebody else. So many hundreds of more people have the case, and so many other people are dying from this. So you just kind of really don't know, but stay safe. Sambuca, lethe tree. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I use next. So just pay attention and stay tuned to the show. And thanks for calling. And again, you're in our prayers.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hello, Luke. I am your father.
You're not bad.
Real quick, we finna get into this video right here.
Yes.
From that was sent in to us by channel 11.
All right.
The governor and Dr. Toomey both talked about the strain on our hospitals. Two prominent doctors in Atlanta say at least 9 physicians in the city, 9 doctors have COVID-19. They expect more cases for healthcare workers. Dr. Carlos Del Rio is the chair of the Global Health Department at Emory University and the dean overseeing all physicians at Grady Memorial Hospital. Dr. Sanjay Gupta is a neurosurgeon at both Emory and Grady hospitals, as well as the chief medical correspondent for CNN.
Okay, so.
All right.
So there you go. So now we just dispelled another myth. They said that
Wear your mask.
About how to wear the mask. All right, these masks right here. All right, the silver part is for the nose. All right, it goes on the nose like so. All right, just like this. If anybody got any questions now, if it get too bad in your hood where you got to put on the mask, we want you to put the mask on right.
Oh gosh.
All right, just like that. Just like that right there. Yeah, just like
And then press it up against the nose like that so it'll
that
stay.
It fits to
There
the
you
nose, just like that.
There you go.
And don't touch the mask after you put it on.
Oops.
You know what I'm saying? Go
I
ahead and
messed
keep
up.
the mask on.
Oh,
don't
gosh.
be taking it on and off and everything. Like I
Okay.
be seeing some people, like I was out yesterday. I probably wasn't supposed to be out, but dude had masks on like that. For real. For real. Come on now. Come on now. You're just seeking attention at that point.
Right.
I done seen people walk around with the mask on. Okay. Then another thing that you gotta look at is cross contamination. All right. If you got the gloves on and you touching something that's kind of sketchy, you know what I'm saying, and then you go touch something else, you just cross contaminated that
Right.
something else that you touch. You see what I'm saying? So if you got enough pairs of gloves, you know, change your gloves every time you do
Right.
something too.
All right, we got to talk about this toilet paper issue too.
Toilet paper is worth money right now.
I'm starting to kind of feel a certain type of way about toilet tissue and the coronavirus. There are so many jokes going around about it. It's crazy. People fighting over it and so forth. But you know what? You know what I got? This is really
Bible
good.
wipes. All right.
An alternative to toilet paper. I'm
Don't
just
flush
telling
them
you.
down the toilet. Now.
No, you
know
don't
what I'm
flush
saying?
these
Flush
out.
down the toilet, you're gonna have some plumbing issues. What else you
But
got
they
over
keep you clean and fresh. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the aloe vera. They got cucumber and all
But you
kinds
gotta be careful with those things though, because they be like soaked in fluid, right? So like the other day I was trying to use one to blow my nose. I thought it was dry. I didn't know it had that much fluid in it, and I almost drowned. All right, from using a diaper wipe.
Okay, well, just make sure people know that this is also allergy season. So whenever you're going out and all this ragweed in the rain is pulling up pollen, and the car is full of pollen and stuff. On the cars, it's like green, like thick green pollen. Like, I ain't never seen that kind of stuff before. Right.
That's Georgia for
right.
sure. Because it's been killing me. And people been looking at me like, bro, you sure you don't need to be in quarantine?
Right.
All right. You know what I'm saying, man? I suffer from allergies too, man.
Yeah.
My eyes been bothering me. You know what I'm saying, man? My sinus,
I gotta
you know
take
what
this
I'm
off.
saying?
Okay.
It's playing a trick on me and everything. But I ain't got no coronavirus now,
Right.
so don't nobody come up to me talking
Right.
about I got no coronavirus. We can
Right.
fight.
All right,
All right.
Producer, you had a question for us, or you wanted to say something? Okay.
Well, I just want to point out one more thing about those masks.
Okay.
There's different type of masks that have masks for different things.
Yeah.
The masks that you need to be labeled N95.
N95.
N95 or N99, meaning
Okay.
it filters out 95% to 99% of it.
Okay.
You get it from another country, you got other equivalent like the PM 2.5. The
Okay.
mask needs to be the right mask to purify out the particles that's small.
Okay.
So make
So
sure
it
you
needs
look
to
for a
be
mask. If you think it's really gonna help, it need to be the N95 or above.
N95 or above mask. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that from us here.
Medical workers use.
That's the mask the medical workers use. And there's a hand sanitizer actual number that
He
needs
said
to
he
be.
made this on
You have to
sanitizer.
have the hand sanitizer. The CDC says that the hand sanitizer need to be at least 60% alcohol.
60% alcohol.
So even when you make hand
Okay.
sanitizer, you need at least 60% alcohol. So you need to throw at least 90 to 99% alcohol, which is hard to find right now.
Right.
But then
Okay.
you gotta
It's
sanitize.
hard.
They got them. Only buy 2 at a time, but they got them.
Yeah,
Alright,
at
y'all
Sam's.
fixed it?
Okay. And then I've heard of people using moonshine.
So,
Why?
and 40%, you need at least 60%.
Need 60%, so the moonshine
60%
ain't
of the
good enough.
moonshine bottle. It be
100
proof.
proof.
It's
Go
all on the
wow.
We had
It'll
a
start
moonshine-
up your car.
We got a moonshine. We had an alcohol company that made bourbon or something, but when all this happened, they shut down and ended up starting making sanitizer. Instead
Sanitizer.
of making that, they make sanitizer because they make the alcohol.
Oh, wow.
They was giving
Wow.
out free for a long time, so I guess they stopped getting out free and started giving
Oh,
out to the
wow.
medical workers.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
for
yeah,
medical
start
workers.
making money.
Alcohol can be made
Yeah.
into it.
All right.
Alcohol.
All right.
Yeah.
So real,
Wow.
yeah. So thank you for sharing that.
Wow.
Real quick, tell us about these jobs that's having people to come to work, and some that's allowing people to come home and work from home.
I work from home. I telecommute. All right. My employer said, "Look, we'll just rather send y'all to the house."
Right.
It's like 500 of us on the floor.
Right.
All right. Look, we gonna send y'all to the house. All right. Now, it's some jobs that it's just a necessity. You
It
have to
is.
be there.
The healthcare workers.
Healthcare
We want to
workers,
give a shout out to them, law
agencies.
enforcement.
The mailman.
Oh,
Dude, I saw
man,
the
it's so
mailman rolling
important.
around. The mailman, he always have been having on gloves.
Okay,
But
yeah, because of the
yesterday was the
SARS.
first time I seen the mailman ride around
With a mask.
With a mask on.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
with a
He had on
mask. Yeah, and be careful. You got to be careful.
firefighters, your public officials, you know what I'm saying, our show producer, you know what I'm saying, he braved the coronavirus to come fool with us today. You know what I'm saying?
Listen though, think about this. Out there started in China, right?
Right.
Everybody that got masks.
Right, everybody.
The reporter walking down the street, they see somebody without a mask, like, why you don't have no mask on?
Right,
It's-
right.
It's something stupid. So why?
Right.
Italy, where it's bigger right now, they got like 4,000, I forgot how many deaths, but they got like 50,000 infected. Everybody that got masks. All the other
Right.
countries, why
Right.
don't we
Have
Why
masks?
they tell us not to wear masks?
Right.
You know it's airborne.
Airborne.
You know that. You
Because-
even say that, so why are you telling us
Why?
to wear masks?
Because of the freedom of information, sir. Because of freedom of information. See, this the thing. You got so many people putting so many different rumors and stuff out here. You got so many people that's going
You
on
gotta use
Facebook.
common
Oh man,
sense.
this is a conspiracy from the government, man. This stuff ain't real. Da, 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 da.
Put my mask
You know what I'm
back on.
saying? And what that does is that convolutes the truth that's trying to be put out here.
And then they don't have
Muddies
enough.
the water. So now, if you get enough people to say, "Oh well, you know, hey man, yeah man, I kind of don't believe that this coronavirus thing is real," you know, like I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they was like, "Oh well, man, if the coronavirus was so infectious, why everybody don't have that?" Well, everybody haven't been tested for
Right, and it's coming that way. You
one
know, the
thing.
numbers steady going up.
Right,
I mean,
right.
if we
But
let it
then,
run rapid, it's gonna be everybody.
Right. And people don't take
if
it serious.
everybody ain't wearing the mask, if everybody ain't washing their hands, if everybody say, "Oh man, I don't believe it, man, because this some old trick by Donald Trump just to stay in power," I even heard that. You know what I'm saying? I even
My
heard
thing
that.
is this right here. I don't know if they did, if the government made it, man-made, if something happened, whatever. What I do know is it's here. What I
And
do
people
know is
dying
I want to
from it.
live. What I do know is I still want to be financially straight when it's gone. So those things right there prepare me. And I want my family to be okay.
There you
So
go.
those things right there prepare me. So whatever they did, I'll try to figure it out later. Right now, let me focus on keeping status on the business, keep
Yeah.
keeping me and my family doing it. So
Yeah.
that's stuff I ain't gonna worry
They ain't gonna worry
Yeah.
about it. They can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Just keep the money coming
Right,
and
right,
keep us
right.
alive. That's what we.
Right.
That's all I ask.
So check this out. To help you not get it,
Yeah.
and to help you not give it to your mama, we got some stuff.
Yeah.
To help with that.
Yeah.
We got some
Yeah,
stuff.
we do.
We got some stuff to help with that. Here it
This
is,
is
Vanna
what.
Black.
Right. Oh, Vanna Black. Okay. Well, I am an expert on elderberry. So this is a good brand. This is Nature's Way original syrup.
Elderberry.
This helps and aids an immune system. It's an anti-inflammatory, which helps to aid anti-inflammatory responses. So anything going on in your body that's inflammatory, fever is an inflammatory signal into your brain that's telling you it's fighting off something. Actually, fever is really a good thing. It actually kills off any kind of bacteria that's inside of your viruses or bacteria that's inside of your body that's trying to invade. What we do know about viruses is are their hosts. They like their hosts to be certain temperatures. If they get over a certain temperature, they can't survive. So your body is trying to kill off that virus by raising your body temperature. So therefore, you have a fever. They dwell mostly in cold weather. That's why it comes into the colder times, like the flu.
season.
Flu
Right,
season.
right,
So we do know that. So sambucas is a way to boost up your immune system. Vitamin C. This is a mandarin. We want to keep your body full of vitamin C. This is going to keep your immune system fighting viruses. An antiviral that's natural that you can get in the grocery stores. Now I've seen a lot of these left in the grocery store. I want to address that. When I went to the store, the tissue was gone, but there was plenty of oranges left. There was plenty of pineapples left. Those are the things that's going to help with the virus, with the natural stuff. Then I have lethe tree. Lethe tree is also a herbal supplement. This is
How you spell that?
lethe is Lithy, lethe tree, TREE. And this is a herbal supplement that is made from plants. So it's an extract that helps boost the immune system. It helps with cough and colds, any type of sore throat issues, any type of anything. And all you do is drop this in some juice. I got this online and I was able to have it shipped to me from Amazon. They do have this in Walmart. So if you go in the Walmart section and you want to find Lethe tree, is also a good way to keep your immune system, keep that cold, that sore throat going on. Just drop it in some water every morning, or you can drop it in, I say Pedialyte. People don't have enough Pedialyte. Why not have Gatorade and Pedialyte? If you know you have a virus, it dehydrates you. It's taking out of your body everything that's good. So it's depleting any type of vitamins that your body needs to fight off the infection or the inflammatory things that are going on in your body. And so you need to keep replenishing. I don't care how much, every day replenish, and this will help to slow down the progress of any type of viruses. Plus it will slow down the days of a cold or anything else that's going on with you. So these are just the basics.
Where can people find this stuff? Now, the Sambuca and this
Sambuca, elderberry, I bought it online on Amazon. You can get this on Amazon. You get, of course, the fruits and vegetables from the store. You want to go on Amazon. You can type it in, Sambucas or elderberry, ELDERBERRY. There's a lot of controversy about elderberries, but it's a fruit. It's food. So you want to make sure that it's healthy. There's some people saying about the cytokines that increases in the cytokine overload, and those are the inflammatories that come into the body as signals. Cytokines are needed to be a signal to your body to let you know that you have an infection. It's just like taking a test, and your antibodies for immune system responses, your white blood cells increase. Well, so does the same thing when you have cytokines increase, because that is actually telling you that you have a virus in your body. And another way to know that you have a virus in your body is to know that you're depleted in vitamin C.
Now, how do you know when those cytokines are out of order? Is there a test?
There is a test. There's a test for that, and through your doctor can test your cytokines.
Can you test cytokines?
I do.
I'm asking on your
test
for your scanners.
Yep, I do. I test cytokines. I test viral loads. I test vitamin C.
Boom, there it is right there. Hey, so now if anybody is concerned that they might have this virus, reach on out to Dr. Henderson.
Yeah, I take phone consultations.
She does do phone consultations. She got these devices that could scan those levels
in your body.
The cytokines and
non-invasive
and all this
scans.
kind of stuff. It's a non-invasive scan. It don't take long. So now, if you don't want to go through the drive-through testing facility, your doctor telling you to stay at the house, don't worry about it. We got masks. We got Sambucas. And we got Lethe tree. And
that's good for all ages as well, all ages. And I can do house calls, but if you're really sick and you're afraid of your oxygen levels, if you can't breathe, I really recommend going and seeing a physician at the emergency room.
If it's that bad, now don't call us.
Yes, I don't have oxygen to give you, so I do recommend going and seeing an emergency healthcare worker if you cannot breathe.
That one right there. All right, and also too on another front, which I'm sure that we're gonna have more information about this later, would be how to, now that the stock markets are all in upheaval and all volatile right now. We want to know some information on what things can be done to get back into the 401ks, to bring back your money, to help you out financially, because this coronavirus thing did take a beating on stocks. All right. So next week we're gonna get into more of that, how to bring yourself back. All right, from a business owner standpoint. If you are a worker and you are out of work, there are numbers that you can call and try to find out where to get you some assistance from, in case you haven't heard on the news yet or read on the newspaper or internet, websites. I probably would start with dialing 211 for those resources, and they will be able to direct you to places. The Department of Health and Human Services will be able to direct you to places. If you got any questions on food stamps or something like that that'll help you out. I know they do have emergency situations to where you can get certain resources given to you to help you out with that right there. Unemployment office, that would be a good place to start too.
The SBA, the Small Business Association, is giving out
loans too.
Yeah.
Yep. The credit bureaus just went through a layoff. All right, we're gonna talk about that next week.
Yeah.
So now, if anybody is wondering, hey man, how does this affect my ability to purchase a house or purchase a car? We'll get into that right there next week too. But I can tell you, there is a silver lining to every dark cloud. I'm telling you, them 30 days that the credit bureaus have to respond to your letters, that did not stop.
All right. So, and just before we leave, 600 cases in Georgia now confirmed, including police officers now and preteens. And there's 45 new deaths in Georgia as of this morning. So 600 cases and 23 deaths in the state. 23 of the new confirmed cases, and a 12-year-old, an Atlanta police officer, has been confirmed having the COVID-19 disease.
I'll tell you, boy, you want to get the facts, go ahead and go to statusnetwork.net.
Yeah.
Download that app.
Yeah.
We gonna hit you with the truth. We gonna hit you with the truth. You gonna get that truth. All right. The Holistic Cannabis Show. Here in Henderson.
And
Dr. Yolanda Henderson. Hey.
See you next week.
You can take
same
us out
place.
right there.
Same
you know
time.